Welcome to another episode of She Plants a Vineyard podcast. I'm your host, Hannah Withrow, and this podcast is presented by The Affinity Films. Today, I have an absolutely wonderful guest on today, Jennifer Schritchfield. She is the owner of JFit in Ripley. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. I finally was able to make it through all of our reschedules.
Yeah,
and my schedule.
It's absolutely great just to have you on and to talk a little bit about fitness and motherhood and business. So why don't you tell the audience a little bit about what you do?
Yes, so I am a personal trainer and I specialize in women's fitness. So I mostly help women to gain strength, confidence through quick, effective workouts. So it's more geared towards what women can do in the season that they're in, and embracing and feeling empowered in their bodies.
So what inspired you to become a fitness instructor?
So I've always had an interest in fitness and strength and just how cool it is and the confidence that it gives you to be able to, lift weights in the gym and do things that you never thought like your body was capable of starting at a very young age. Like I'm talking back like Tybo, wait, did you ever do Tybo? No? Like Billy Blanks? Workout videos? Santana, we're gonna get you up to speed.
You and Katie were on some weird shit.
We must be old. So back in the day, workout videos, that kind of thing. But then introducing into the gym, and then once I was into the gym, then I would have, a lot of women like girls or say like, hey, I want to go to the gym, but I don't really know what to do. I don't know what to do with the equipment. I want to work out, but I need some like accountability or something. So then I thought, you know what, I'm going to go and get certified in this so that I can actually, help other people to do the things that I'm doing in the gym as well. So I was able to get certified, and then what started out as, hours in the gym, going to the gym after work, being there for 2 hours or whatever, slowly it changed into quick 30 minutes, get in, get out, get your workout done. And so that was how it kind of progressed into more of a quick, effective thing versus like spending hours in the gym and helping other women to realize like it doesn't have to be intimidating to go to the gym. It doesn't have to be all or nothing and something that you feel afraid of going and doing or like afraid of what other people are thinking of. Mm-hmm. So you feel more confident of, going in and doing your workout. So that was how I kind of got started into it, and it's just kind of evolved over the years, just different seasons that we've been in.
How did you actually start this as a business? So you were like kind of helping other women. What progressed it into a real business?
So what started out as, just like with friends and helping them in the gym, or people would come up to me and say, hey, could you help me with this? So I actually started by, I was in a time where working out in the evening wasn't working out for me. Working out with the kids wasn't working out. So I was like, hey, who wants to join me at 5:30 a.m. and do a workout, like a live workout, Zoom? So like after, this was like after COVID, when everyone was kind of like doing everything online. And so then, so I had some takers. They're like 5:30 a.m. Let's do it. So we started doing, doing those things, doing the 5:30 a.m. And then I had a friend to say, you have a really good product here. Like you have a really good way of encouraging and helping and instructing. You should, find a website, a platform, and put it on there so that other people can join you in this. Mm-hmm. So then I buckled down, figured out all the behind the scenes things that you have to do to start a business.
Yeah.
It helped because my mom, she runs an art business, so mm-hmm. I directed a lot of questions towards her, and then from there put it into it, and it's kind of progressed and evolved throughout the last years. I've been a personal trainer for 10 years. but actually like having a name, a business name, and an actual legit business.
Yeah, like a LLC.
Yeah, has been three years.
Okay, and that started during COVID.
Yeah, so it was right after, like maybe a couple years after that, yeah. So everyone was kind of doing things online. So that, I feel like that I feel like we kind of jumped forward a lot in the online business with like, everyone was using Zoom. So I was like, okay, let's do a Zoom workout. Why not? We can be anywhere. I can be at home. Like you can be at home. You don't have to leave your house. You don't have to leave the kids. You can get a quick like nap time hustle workout, or you can, like what I was doing at the time, get up before the kids get up and do your workout online. So it kind of, I feel like we moved quickly in that online world. So it was really nice that I could just, pop videos onto a platform that was already, I feel like things had already moved forward so much that that was already there. It was really simple just to set up a website and record some workouts, put them on there, and then make it more available to people. So it was so cool because I could have people joining from, it was like Pittsburgh, people would be in Florida, people would be all these different places, but then we could all get up at 5:30 a.m. and do our workouts together.
Yeah, that's really cool that, first of all, that you had so many people that were like willing to do it and like encouraging, because I think when you're starting a business, having people that believe in you and believe in your product is so important when you're starting a business, because it can be very it can be hard to just start a business, and then if you have people that are doubting you or don't encourage you, it can really feel like you're doing it alone. And that's, for me, that's like kind of can be the hardest part of owning a business sometimes. It's like feeling like you're kind of doing it all on your own. So it's amazing that you had such a good support system and people that wanted to join.
Yes, and I think a lot of it comes, I know you had Katie Moore, the dietitian, on here a few weeks ago, but it was really nice. We were able to, so Katie and I weren't really friends before. We more so I used her, I did her counseling, nutrition counseling, and she was doing my workouts. And then we kind of, over time, have kind of just collaborated together. So it was really nice that we could collaborate together on things. And so then she could, introduce her clients to me, I could introduce my clients to her. So it kind of built this bigger client base, and we could actually be really helpful with the product that we're offering, because it combined both fitness and nutrition in a very realistic and sustainable way. So that was very helpful too, like with getting started.
Yeah, just having a business partner
her,
almost.
like a business partner.
Yeah.
Having her also as like a mentor, questions. You have so many questions that come up when you're starting a business. But having her as a mentor, and also, like I said, my mom, with having a business for longer than what I had, that was really helpful just to have the support, because being a business owner, it can be very isolating and you feel like you're all alone. So it is nice to have that support and people that you can ask questions.
What has been the hardest part of owning a business?
Honestly, the hardest part of owning a business is I'm a people pleaser. So I think just that always in the back of your mind, like trying to do everything to make sure that you are, doing things and that other people that you're keeping people happy, that you're always coming up with something that's going to, that people are going to like, or people are going to like this, or people, is what I'm doing, are they liking it? Are they gonna do this? Is this something
that the audience wants?
Yes, and it's like so if someone, and you get feedback from people all the time, and it's like, I want like people leave a class or something, and I'm like, did everybody have fun? Did everybody like the music?
You know what I noticed when I was in your class the last time is you asked every single person about their personal life.
Yes.
Which I thought was like very, like I observed that, and I was like, oh, that's an interesting thing. Like you made sure that you asked them about like, how's your kid doing in baseball?
Yes.
And I forget what you asked me. You probably asked me about like, how's business going? Or how did that shoot go? Like you are so personable with everybody, and you can remember what I don't know how you do that because I am terrible at that. But like you knew exactly what was going on in everyone's life in that class, and I thought that was really
it's
cool.
like you become family. It's like you,
Yeah.
and that's one of the things that's like, you know, there are so many workout platforms. You know, you have YouTube, you have, I know a lot of people do, like, you have like Instagram influencers that you follow, and you'll save a workout and you'll do those. Or there's Beachbody. There's so many things out there. But what I really think sets me apart is that I am a small business, and I'm very interested and in tune with what each of my clients is going through. So I know if you are pregnant, you're postpartum. I know if you have an injured shoulder. I know if you have something going on with your knee. So I'm able to recognize that, check in with it, and say, okay, so what do we need to adjust here? Even if people aren't here in person with me, I'm able to like send a video and say, hey, let's elevate your leg a little bit. Let's do this, which is, I mean, that's what you get from a personal trainer, but we're able to do that even in our group classes that are smaller, just because I do get to know everybody on such a, like you said, more of a personal level. And so then I know, like, okay, Santana, maybe her shoulder is bothering her, so let's do this instead. And what I really think is cool is a lot of people that have been with me for years, like now they are realizing and understanding how to modify their workouts from the modifications that I've given them. So then they're doing it like on their own.
Yeah,
So
that's amazing.
so now they're realizing like you can modify your workouts and you can still do strength training. Just because your shoulder's hurting doesn't mean you can't lift weights. Just because your knees hurt doesn't mean that you can't do squats. You're learning ways to modify in a way that makes you feel stronger in your workout, so you don't feel discouraged leaving like this big class of people and you're like, wait a second, I don't really feel like I'm doing anything right.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that does come from where I do have a relationship with people. They feel comfortable in asking that and saying like, hey, this doesn't feel right. What can I do differently? So even with, online clients, I'm still very in tune with, what people's bodies are going through, what they may need extra help with. So that's one thing that sets us apart.
Yeah, and I think even like being in a small town and owning a business can be difficult because you have a smaller client base. But that is like the benefit of kind of being in a smaller town is like everyone, which can be a good thing and a bad thing. But
yes, it is. It's a unique situation.
Yeah.
It's a very unique situation.
Like you're going to baseball practice with that parent after your class.
Yes.
Which is like kind of an interesting thing.
It is. It is a unique situation because there aren't a lot of options. There aren't a lot of gyms. There aren't a lot of, personal trainers or people that you can go to. But it does create kind of this community among the women in our area. So it's like, it's more of like a quality over quantity kind of thing. So, so you'll see like different classes that you go to, it becomes like the same group. And they aren't only leaning onto me for support and accountability, like they're leaning onto each other for that. And I think a lot of times people come to classes just because they want to come socialize and see their friends. I'm trying to, let's get the class started.
Are you trying to get the class started?
And everybody's chit-chatting.
No, everyone's chit-chatting. Jen's chit-chatting. Don't let her alone.
We love to chit-chat. But that's why we're women. We have a lot to catch up on. And it does become, I know, I say this all the time, but like people start a group fitness class or start the workout program because you think you want to lose weight or you think you have a certain goal in mind as far as like your body or your body composition or you want to have everybody says they want to tone up, which tone up is literally building muscle but that's where people start. They're like, I want to get in shape, I want to lose weight, but then what you really get from it, it's like you really get a community of women that support you and encourage you through your whole entire, your journey of health and wellness. And that becomes, you notice like that mental aspect of it. You're like, start to understand like the mental strength that you get from your workouts is just as important as the physical strength that you get from it.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you enjoy most about your business?
So what I enjoy most is the people.
Yeah, you just spent 10 minutes talking about it.
I love it. Like a lot of these girls have become some of my best friends. They're like family now. And it all started, I think back to like some of the ladies that started like 10 years ago when I would do, like boot camp style. I'm telling you, we have evolved so much, but we do hour-long boot camp classes outside on like the playground or whatever. But they start with like their 2-pound weights, and now to see them like being able to do push-ups and being able to lift those heavier weights, and just the form, like how much their form has improved over the years. It's just really cool to see the progression and their strength and overall like the confidence.
Yeah.
And it's not just in the workouts. One thing that really sticks out to me, I have a few clients that they've started running, and it's so their strength workouts have helped to strengthen their running, but the confidence in themselves to be able to run a marathon or run a half marathon, and it's like things that they never thought possible. But just like taking that time, investing that time in themselves. And it doesn't have to be a lot of time, 30 minutes. All of our workouts, 30 minutes. Yeah. But investing that time in themselves.
Trump right there. 30 minutes.
30 minutes, that's it.
30 minutes.
That's it. But investing that into themselves and building that confidence, like now they're like running marathons, or maybe they had a goal in mind of wanting to build a business. I've had people that they decided like, you know what, I want to be a yoga instructor now. And like they've just building that confidence in themselves. Honestly, I'm telling you, it comes from... It
spreads to different parts
Yes,
of your life.
it does.
Yeah,
it's not... You think that like, oh, it's just a workout. Like it's just a workout. But it really affects every aspect of your life.
Yeah. So I know you always have something fun planned for your community. What do you have coming up?
Yes. So we have a Girls' Day event coming in September. So September 13th, it's a Girls' Day Out event. And this is it is in Ripley at the Parchment Valley Conference Center. And it encompasses all things that we've been talking about. So your health, your wellness, your mental health, self-care, and community. So I know people do not understand how important community is.
Yeah, let's kind of talk about that a little bit with just a community that you've built with all these women. It is more than just like a fitness class. Like you always have something like events, or you have the Girls' Day Out. We did a trip to Mexico with there was like 27 women that came. And that's like bigger than like going to a class and then leaving.
Yes.
And you're not having that personal relationship with your like trainer. You really are like friends. Like we're friends.
We are. We're like family.
Yeah.
It's like it's community, and I think that is something that especially women miss out on. You get busy with, you have kids and you're running every different direction and you're putting everybody else's needs before you. Not even with having kids. I see it so much with women taking care of parents, with women taking care of whatever, family members, their job, whatever. We put everybody's needs first, and it's like you're really missing that community piece. So that is what I try to build for people, is in creating these places, whether it be, like you said, the mud run, which is super fun.
Yeah, the mud run's coming up.
Yeah, the mud run's coming up June 21st in Fayetteville. We have a fun team for that. And then we did the women's wellness retreat. We're doing this Girls' Day event. We have workshops, and like you said, the Mexico trip. So it's, and even just the the coming to a class and building that community of women. I know a lot of people are stay-at-home moms, so I started up a Mommy and Me class so that people could come, the moms could talk to each other, and then the kids could play. So it creates a space of community, because not everyone has that, especially I know people who have like moved from out of town, and they're here in our area, and it's not as easy to make friends. So it makes a space where it's like, you can build friends, but it's also friends that are going to, it's like like-minded people that care about your health. And it's always an open environment for kids. I had a girl reach out to me the other day, and she's like, thank you so much for creating a space that's open for kids.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. I think that's
because it's not like, hey, you have to leave your kids at home, you have to have a babysitter. It's like, just bring them.
Yeah.
They're going to be doing push-ups beside of you.
Yeah, I love that. I love that just like about your community. You're so focused on women. You're so in tune with what women need and what women want, which is like, they don't want to leave their kids at home while they go work out.
Or you're not able to.
Yeah, or you're not able to. And
who can afford daycare?
Yeah, right. The accessibility that you're providing. You're not just, like I said, you're not just providing a fitness class, you're providing a community and a place where it's welcome for children and for moms, and I love that that's like a part of your whole product. Yeah,
sometimes it's like it's me time, you know, it's like you're able to maybe go to the girls' day out event, and that's something like where you're able to focus on you and your own health and your self-care. Yes, but then sometimes it's like, for some women, they're like, I don't have the village. I don't have the people to babysit while I go do it. So for them to be able to feel comfortable in bringing their kids and know that, everyone's accepting of that, and everyone is welcoming of that, and there's other kids there too for their kids to play with. So it's not just about you building your own strength and your own health and your own fitness. It's also like your kids are seeing that, and they mirror that. They see from a young age that you value your health, and like moving your body it has a positive, you have that positive mindset around movement. Not like, oh man, I have to go walk off that dessert. Yeah. It's like, no, I'm moving my body because it feels good, and it's I want to take care of my body. So then that puts these, it helps your children, your kids, or your whoever it is that you're caring for. It shows them like this is an important part of my life. It's going to help me mentally, it's going to help me physically, it's going to give me strong muscles, and then so that's going to help them long down the road to have a better relationship with movement and exercise, and just how they take care of themselves. Yeah, you mentioned that someone wanted to become a yoga instructor, and you kind of helped them with that a little bit, and just having that confidence. What advice would you give to someone that wants to start a business? Wanting to start a business, just do it. Like if it is something that you think about a lot, it keeps like coming into your brain, and you're like, I have this thing that I keep thinking of that I want to do. There's something like if you keep thinking of it, like there's a reason that it keeps speaking to you. And I say, do it, go for it. And even if you think to yourself like, oh my goodness, there's so many yoga instructors, or there's so many, personal trainers, or there's so many people doing, podcasts, or there's so many people that are doing. It's very saturated. There's so many people that are managing social media. Yeah. There's so many people that are, dietitians or whatever it is, and you think, like, there's no way that I could do that, or what do I have to offer? Everyone is so different. Like, I know just in our small town of Ripley, it's, I know so many girls that, they do group classes, lots of different things. And I say collaborate. Yes. Collaborate with them. I love that. You do not
It's not a competition.
Absolutely not. It is not competition. It's collaboration is where you're going to grow. You can grow together. So I say, bring them in with you. Do a class together. Anything that you can do to help build each other up is going to help you so much more than seeing each other as competition. And that is a great way. You can learn from other people who have a business. You can grow through that. But if you put yourself in this box, like that everyone else on the outside is your competition, you're going to stay in that box. So you grow together.
Yeah, and there's so many photographers and social media, but for me, I'm like, okay, like I'm doing something different.
Yes.
And I love working with other like photographers because I'm like, they're doing something that's like way different than me.
Mm-hmm. Like you're not shooting newborns.
No, I'm not. Yeah, like that's not like even. So if like I would rather work with them and say, hey, I know someone that wants to shoot newborns. That's not what I do. Do you want this client? And then what that does in turn is like they're like, hey, I don't do social media or I don't know anything about video, but I have someone that asks me about it. Do you want this client? So like. And in turn, it becomes a trade-off, not like, oh, I don't even want to like mess with that because I'm competing against them and they're my competition. And I got to build the biggest building or something. Yeah. Something I wanted to bring up also is that you said that people like move back and they don't have a community where they have like friends because they're new. And I 100% was a part of that. Like I moved back here and I'd like... didn't really know anyone, and thankfully Lindsay like introduced me to you, and then Katie moved back from Pittsburgh, so like I was able to build friendships through your community, and we have very like similar like goals. But that's another thing about competition. Like I could have seen you and been like, hey, she's doing what I wanted to, like in terms of like the community that you've built, and instead I was like, no, like
let's join the community.
Yeah, let's join the community. How can I help her? How can I help you? How can we, build something that can be beneficial to both of us, or with the Mexico trip, right? And like, hey, let me do this so we can collaborate instead of seeing each other as competition. Yes. And I love like literally when you were telling me about the retreat, I think that was like the first conversation that we had about your community. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the most amazing thing. Yeah, I was like, yeah, it was like amazing. Yeah, I found my people, right? And it was like a year though before I really found, I think, when we started building a friendship. So but it's amazing that people they do have a community. Like I said, they can join a fitness class. They don't just get the fitness class. They get that community and they get friends, especially if you're new and in a small town. It can be hard because people are so like close knit, so it can be kind of hard to like push through the, I don't know, I don't want to say cliques, but like just through people, because people are so close. They already have their friends, especially in a small town. They've been through
like high school together.
Yeah.
So
it's hard to break through.
It's like an open community that people you can come in and meet people, and you find that you click with different people in different ways. But that is one of the coolest things that comes from it. It's like, it's not just a workout. It's not just a workout class. Like you're getting so much more from it. And I think that is probably one of my most favorite things about, in which I had no idea that was what was going to be created. Yeah. Like I had no idea. I was just like, man, it'd be cool to have a gym, and man, it'd be cool to do that.
And that's why what you said, like your advice was to just do it, because if it's on your heart, like there's a reason why you're thinking about it.
And because it becomes so much bigger.
Yeah, and like if without that, like so many people have benefited from your community, and so I think that's just amazing that you would have that.
I'm glad you were open to it.
Of course.
I'm glad you joined the running training last year. That's where it all started.
It is.
See, never be afraid to join. Yeah. Join the running training, and you never know what's going to come from it.
All right, let's get into some fitness stuff.
Okay.
How can someone take small steps towards a more active lifestyle?
I love that you say small steps, because that is so important. I know whenever people think of, fitness, health, getting in shape, losing weight, whatever that is that people think that their goal is, it is small steps. So I say start with what you feel is the most realistic, simplest thing that you can do on your busiest day. So it's not the huge, big things. I know like, I know people do like, it's like they see like the 75 hard or these big challenges that people do where it's like you do 2 workouts a day and they're going to be an hour long, or you have to do, and then it becomes so overwhelming that you might do it for a week and then you drop off, because who has time for that?
Yeah.
Like, it might be good for a short minute, but then it's like, really, can I sustain this for a long time?
Right.
So it's like the basic. What can you do? I like to refer to it as like your basic self-care, because movement is a form of self-care. Like, our bodies need that. So it's like whenever you think of your self-care and you think of like, oh, that's like a spa day or something. It's like sometimes you might have time to go get your nails done or get a massage, but like you don't have time to do that every day, but you do the basics. You do brush your teeth. You do like take a shower.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's your basic. You can check that off no matter what, usually. I hope everyone's brushing their teeth.
Yeah. If you have a newborn at home, we understand maybe the shower
maybe
thing.
not a shower. But you're at least, you have that time. You're at least going to do those basics. So the same thing goes with with fitness. It may be a 10-minute walk. You fit it in on your lunch break, or you do it real quick. Go for a walk before your day gets crazy, or maybe it's something like an end of the day. Let's go for a little walk after dinner, something like that. But it's, start with 10 minutes. Yeah. That's one of my big things that I use for myself. And I know people are like, really, does 10 minutes even make a difference? Yeah. But it's like, think if you...
I mean, you can run a mile if you're fast enough. You can run a mile in 10 minutes. Some people can.
If you think to yourself, like, if you just throughout your day can take just like a quick walk outside for 10 minutes, twice a day, 3 times a day, that's 30 minutes. Right there, that's your 30 minutes. Yeah. Same thing with your workouts, and that's what on my online workout on-demand catalog, I have 10-minute workouts, because some days it's like 10 minutes, that's what you have time for. Yeah. Sometimes that's where your motivation comes from, is that 10 minutes. Yeah, then, it's like you get started and you're like, okay, I can do more now. Yeah. Or sometimes it's like 10 minutes, that's all I've got, and that was good. It was... all movement is good movement. I'm going to check that off as I did it. That was my basic self-care. So most importantly, like you said, is the small step. Like the small step is going to lead to that bigger step. Yeah. You think back to yourself, I know like my New Year's goal last year was that I wanted to do a 10-minute walk outside every day, no matter what. Like if it was raining, if it was snowing, I'm doing it. Yeah. I'm getting outside 10 minutes for a walk. And at the end of the year, my Apple Watch, it tells you your trends, and it said you walked more steps on average this year than you did last. So it's like, did it feel like 10-minute walk a day was huge, like a big thing that I was doing? No, it wasn't like 75 hard. It wasn't training for a marathon. It wasn't going to the gym for hours. It was literally a 10-minute walk every day outside. And over the whole year, I increased my steps. So it's like, it just shows you like that small step, it turns into something a lot bigger.
Yeah, when I first moved here, I would go to Cedar Lakes every morning and I would walk. And I used to absolutely hate running. Like I was like very against running, but I would did that every day just so I could set my day, good mental health and just have something to kind of get energy out, right? And it's like, okay, I'm just gonna go walk. And eventually that turned into me running more, and I started to actually enjoy running, which if you knew me 5 years ago, I'd be like, no, I hate running. But there's no way. But just that small step brought me to, more of the running thing that I do now. And you
say, like I said, get energy out, because a lot of times I think people think that you have to have energy to do a workout. It's like, I don't have the energy or the motivation. People all the time are like, how do you have the energy or the motivation to work out all the time, or to exercise, or to get up early in the morning? And it's like, I don't have the energy or the motivation until I do the thing that I'm trying to put off, because I don't have the energy. It's like that motivation and that energy comes from, like you said, getting up, getting it done, doing the thing that you put off because you're like, oh, I don't have the motivation to do it or the energy. is not going to come knocking at your door. It's not going to be like, hey, Santana, here's your energy for the day. You're like, you know what? I'm going to lace them up. I'm going to put these shoes on, and I'm going to go get my energy. I'm going to go get my motivation for the day, so then you can come put all that energy into your editing and doing the business, doing the stuff that you got to do. It clears your mind. And also, you may feel a little more creative, too. Yeah. After you go for that walk, you feel a little more creative.
Mm-hmm. When I have a creative block, like, it's so good just to get outside and, like, no electronics, nothing, and, like, take a break. Yes. And then I can come back to it, and, like, I feel way more refreshed.
100%.
And ready. What's your best advice to stay consistent with those things?
To stay consistent would be to let go of trying to be perfect. So I know a lot of times we'll set goals, and you'll start out with this big list of things that you think that you like need to accomplish or you need to do to like reach that goal. And then where people fall off as far as like the consistency goes is trying to maintain all of this big list of things. Mm-hmm. So keeping it simple, keeping it realistic for your schedule, and you're going to be able to stick to it more consistently. So if for you, your movement is a goal that you're going forward. You want to, like, I want to be more consistent in my workouts. It's like, okay, so let's be super specific on what does that mean for you. Does that mean that you're getting in some type of movement every day? Does that mean that you want to work out 3 days a week? So being very specific in what consistency looks like for you, and then keeping that realistic, something that you know that you can achieve. So if you live far from the gym and it's like a long commute to go there, like maybe the gym isn't going to help you to be consistent. Maybe doing some online workouts at home is going to help you to be more consistent. And like I had said earlier too, just you adjust that to your lifestyle. So I, over the years, have adjusted. I went from doing workouts in the gym. That worked for me. Then I had kids. I was like, well, I'm not going to get to go to the gym after I've worked all day. I'm going to do a workout at home. And so that is more realistic, something that I could stay more consistent with. Mm-hmm. Then it was like, okay, now I'm not able to do the workouts with my kids or during nap time or at bedtime. I'm going to get up do it early in the morning. That's when I'm going to be more consistent, is to get it done before anybody else needs me. So then the mornings become a thing. So just knowing that consistency can look different. It can look different every day. It doesn't mean that it has to be you're doing the same things all the time. It can be that you're adjusting that, you're keeping it realistic, and you're being specific with yourself of what you want that consistency to look like for you.
And I think one thing, I'm not a fitness person, like I'm not a fitness instructor, but just some advice that I have is like do what you actually enjoy too, because I think there's like bodybuilders they think bodybuilding's the best thing to do, or powerlifting's the best thing to do, or running's the best thing to do. It's like do what you like to do, and that helps me stay consistent, because there's so many different types of fitness that people are going to tell you that's the best one to do, and it's like, well, whichever one gets you into the gym, or whichever one gets you into class, whichever one gets you moving, that's the one you should do, because that's where your consistency is. Because if you actually enjoy it, like what motivated me to go to the gym is because I knew I got to stretch for 15 minutes, and I loved like the stretching part, and people would be like, you stretch for a long time. Like, why are you stretching so long? I'm like, this is literally like my favorite part of the workout is this relaxing, stretching, and making sure my body's ready to like lift heavy weights when I was lifting heavy. Mm-hmm. So
yes, and you will see so much contradicting advice on the internet. It's like, don't do HIIT workouts. It's going to raise up your cortisol levels, and you're going to hold on to fat, and you'll never be able to lose weight. Or don't run. You're never going to gain muscle if you run. Or only do heavy strength training. Don't do group classes. Don't only do heavy weights. Don't do lower weights. It's like, wait a second, what am I supposed to be doing?
Yeah, and then people get discouraged.
What am I supposed to be doing? So it's like, honestly, like, move. If you love spin class, do spin class. If you love yoga, do yoga. If you love hip-hop dance class, do hip-hop dance class. If you love to run, go run. Yeah. And it's like, if you're more likely to do your workout in a group class, go to that group class and do it, because maybe you're going to talk to the people and you kind of do a workout while you're there on accident.
Yeah, right.
Like you're like, oh, I just came to talk. I have to lift these weights. But do that thing that you enjoy, and you're gonna be able to stick to it and stay more consistent with it. I know everyone gets discouraged because you feel like there's so much out there. There's so much contradicting advice. But then when it comes down to it, it's like you're going to get the result from doing the thing that you enjoy, finding a way to move that feels good for you and your body.
Yeah, absolutely. What role do you think nutrition plays in your fitness goals?
A big role. That's how you fuel your workouts. And it's like, I know I mentioned toning, because that's something that a lot of people, like when I send out a client questionnaire, and it's like, what are your main goals? Everyone's like, I want to tone up. I want to tone up. I want to tone up. And what that is essentially is building muscle. So in order to build muscle, we have to have protein. You have to refuel those stores that you are depleting whenever you're training. So getting enough protein, and then also carbs, and everyone's afraid of carbs, but carbs are energy. And then also, fats. Fats also play a crucial role in your body and how you're going to perform in your workouts. And if you're depleted of nutrients, you're going to have cramps, you're going to have muscle soreness, and you're not going to be able to, it's not going to feel good. And let's just face it, if like a workout, if it doesn't feel good, you're not going to want to stay consistent with it.
Right.
So when you're actually seeing yourself get stronger, and you're seeing your muscles get bigger, and you're seeing that all of your work is paying off, and a big part of that comes from nutrition. They come hand in hand. You can't be in a major calorie deficit all the time trying to be on a diet and then also be building muscle too. But it depends on your goals too.
Yeah, I had a great conversation with Katie about nutrition and just the carb thing and all these fad diets where they're they take away one major part of your food group and say, don't eat any carbs or eat less protein or cut all the fat out. And it was a really good conversation to talk about the nutrition part of fitness, because like you said, they do go hand in hand, and it's important to be able to fuel your body with good nutrients that are going to help you with your workout.
Yes, because any diet or anything that you see in fitness, diet, anything out there in the health world that you see that is super overly restrictive, where you're taking complete food groups away, it's red flag. Any workout that's you have to do this movement or you're never going to progress. I've actually had personal trainers tell people that if you have to modify everything because of your injury or the way that your body is, you're not going to make progress. Untrue. For every movement, for every exercise, there's 100 other exercises that you could do in a way that feels better for you. You're going to make more progress by that modification. It's not cheating. You're going to make more progress by doing that versus trying to push through and do something that doesn't feel good for you. And that's one of the main focuses that I have within my workouts is modifications. I love it. I love to give 100 different modifications for one exercise, and then you pick from that menu what feels good to your body today. That way every single person leaves class thinking, you leave class, you leave the workout, whatever method you're using there, but you leave feeling what, I can do this. I am capable of this. My knee injury isn't holding me back. My shoulder injury isn't holding me back. My, whatever that is, it's not holding you back. You just have to train differently, work differently, and your nutrition is also a big part of that, because you're not going to have the energy to do that if you aren't fueling your body properly.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get into a little bit of motherhood now.
Motherhood.
So I'm sure as someone who, first of all, how many children do you have?
I have 2 currently on the outside.
A third on the inside.
And a third on the inside. So I have a 7-year-old, a 5-year-old, and then a 7-month-old fetus. Yes, I have one grow. So due in August.
Yeah, that's amazing. So as someone who's like a mother and you're running a business, I'm sure it's very difficult to maintain both. What's some of your advice for maintaining both, and how do you do that personally?
Yes. So I know that you hear the word like balance,
Work-life balance,
a lot.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming. Every. That's just always a question. Balance.
Yeah.
And I am going to bust this myth. Like there's no such thing as balance. Mm-hmm. There isn't.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to balance everything, you're going to burn out, because there is absolutely zero way to balance work, life, kids, husband, family, everything. It cannot be balanced. So you just find that throughout different phases that you're in, like sometimes you might feel like your work is needing a little extra attention. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you might feel like your kids need a little extra attention. Sometimes it's like your marriage needs a little extra attention. Sometimes you're able to give your friends a little extra attention. So I feel like you're never going to find that perfect balance of each. And if you're trying to balance all of those things, you're just going to fall short on everything. So I think giving yourself that grace, number one, that nothing is ever going to be balanced out perfectly, then it kind of relieves that stress a little bit. Like, whoo,
Like you
I don't have to do it all, you mean?
Yeah, and you don't have to be perfect.
Yeah, and you don't have to. And then, but along with that comes like finding things that you can let go, like things that that you don't really need to have in that balance, that you don't have to have in that equation, that are just like sucking the energy out, but really aren't necessary. So, letting those things go, and learning to say no to some things too. Like you said with your with your business, it's like I don't photograph weddings, so no, I'm not going to photograph your wedding, but here's someone who can.
Yeah.
And I think that is a huge part of it, is learning that number one, balance is never going to happen, but say no to things that are kind of pulling from the things that are important. Yeah, that are important to you. And just understanding, like, sometimes your house needs a little more attention, like the laundry, whoa. But sometimes it's like your kids need that attention. Yeah. And it's okay to like push the business stuff to the side for a little bit, for a couple hours, and like be 100% present with your kids.
How important do you think a supportive partner has been to running a business and like raising children?
Oh, 100%, yes. And it's because it is, let's backstep a second, but I'm also a dental hygienist. So for 10 years, I worked as a dental hygienist. So I went to an 8 to 5
job. That's
why
your teeth are so white.
Yeah, that sounds like brush your teeth. But I worked an 8 to 5 job. Yeah. Worked full time, and my husband as well worked shift work. Mm-hmm. So for a long time, it was like my job was I went to work, kids went to daycare, he went to work. And that was our routine. That was our routine. And then as it got more difficult with finding childcare, I know everybody revolves things around COVID, but like COVID was a huge shift. We couldn't find a daycare. So I had my second. She was about 2, and I was having a really hard time finding childcare. And I had Brittany Davis. She came to me and said, "Hey, I have this gym space for you, and I want you to," she said, on the thing that she had drawn up of the gym, like she had Jen's gym on it, like she had already dedicated me to this space. But she said, this is going to be your gym. And I was like, oh, wait a second. So it's like all these things fell into place. And so
So you're able to go like part-time basically with the dental
hygienist. So I moved from full-time in hygiene to doing fill-in work for hygiene, but I put all of my eggs into the fitness basket. So moved into doing the studio, doing retreats, doing things like that, so that I could be home with my kids. And so it was a big adjustment, and it was a big adjustment for my husband to go from like, okay, because whenever, when you own a business, you're not going to work 8 to 5.
It's
24/7.
Yeah, and you do have flexibility. Like there is like, it's like the reason why we do it is for the flexibility, right? The reason why you did it is for the flexibility.
Yes,
but then when you have that flexibility, like whenever you've done taking care of your kids, or like picking them up from school, you're back and your brain is
your brain's on. Even at night when you're sleeping, your brain is on. And there might be like time sensitive things that you have to get done, but then you also have
like this is a business thing right now that you're taking time 100%. To do.
100%. And it is. It goes from 8 to 5 to 24/7.
Yeah.
So that was a big adjustment in the beginning because, especially starting out, I was, I'd be like on my phone more, or I would be, connecting with, with a client or helping somebody because I was like the technical support, the back end person. Yeah, I was, everything
when
with the trainer. Yes. So
it's everything.
So any questions? Any questions? I was handling that. So it was a lot of time where you felt like you weren't necessarily like mentally present, like you're physically present. Yeah. You feel like you're able to be there. But so it's taken a lot of like conversation and understanding. Like even though I'm not like going and leaving and being at a job 8 to 5, like I still have to have hours dedicated to this business because it's a business and I'm working on it even though I'm here.
Right.
I still have things that I have to work on. So, but 100% it is nice that for him to have that understanding of that, to maybe like be able to like take the kids while if there's like something that I'm like a project I'm needing to work on. But then also being there like for the retreat or for things like that, like being being there and being supportive and seeing like my dream and seeing like my vision and then helping to bring that to life it's really cool.
What is your favorite thing about being a mother?
My favorite thing about being a mother, so I'm sure I'm a very like go, 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 go. Like I base my worth on my like how many things I can get done in one day. It's like how productive was I today? How many things can I do at once, multitasking? But my kids really force me to slow down. So it is really that's something that I love is like through the kids is seeing things through their eyes and like realizing like it is so important, like let's stop and smell the flowers. Let's stop and see like how many worms are under this rock. Let's check the tadpoles today. And it's like where I'm like, let's keep going, let's do this, let's do that. Or even like if they want you to play with them and it's like, okay, but can I play with you and fold laundry? Can we fold laundry? Can that be what we're playing today? So it is nice that it's like they really force you to slow down and like appreciate and see the world from a different perspective because they see everything from a different perspective. They see and they notice and it's nice to be like, oh wait, there's birds in the sky. Oh, there's an airplane up there? Yeah. I never would have seen that.
Like the world is brand new to them. Like we've been around for like
we're just like
30 years.
I'm just like buzzing here, buzzing there.
They're like,
and they're like wonder
before.
where that airplane's going. And I'm like, like let's lay in the grass and like watch the airplanes fly by, you know. So that is one thing is stopping and taking a second to slow down and kind of see the world from their perspective.
Yeah, I think that's so amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
Because I mean I don't have kids, but definitely when I'm like with my nieces or with my nephews, it's like such a different experience than going and doing something on my own, like just to see how they enjoy it and what their experience is like. So
and their perspective of what I do. Too.
Yeah, I'm sure that's interesting.
They think all I do is work out. Both of them on their Mother's Day papers, it's like, what is your mom good at? They're like, working out.
I always think of you sometimes as like the workout Barbie.
Yes, but I just hope that they can. I hope they have a positive relationship with it, and they enjoy and they want to work out, versus like having this like, oh my gosh, it's just like, is that all that you ever do?
I'm sure they will.
But they do. They enjoy. They enjoy coming. Coming to classes. They've been around it since they were like, oh gosh, in my belly, just like bumping around, taking for runs. But I hope that that's something that they can enjoy as well, and have like a positive relationship around movement versus seeing it as just like a way to change your body. I hope that they can see it as a way to take care of your body that you have. So,
what's some of the craziest things that you've heard being pregnant?
Some of the
we don't have to add this in, but I'm like,
some of the craziest things that people have said to me being pregnant. Are you gonna have surgery so that you can quit having kids? Are you having twins? Your belly's huge. It's like it opens it up like whenever you're pregnant, everyone feels like nothing's off limits. Like you can say things, they can touch you. It's like nothing's off limits.
Do they ask before they touch you? Do they go?
No, it's usually like, like, and
that's so weird. I'm like putting on your mic. I'm like, can I put on this mic?
I will say, like, so this is my first pregnancy being like in the spotlight. So, like I said, for 10 years I've been a personal trainer, but I haven't had like an actual like business of clients and being in that spotlight. So of a lot of people. So I do feel like I have actually been probably a little more like self-conscious and felt like I was kind of like held to a different standard of like.
Why do you feel that way?
Because of comments. But it's like
so you didn't get those kind of comments before?
No, I think like.
Why are people more comfortable?
I think just because it's like like I said, it just opens up that door, and I think people have like an expectation of like how much weight people should gain or what people's bodies should look like, or whatever that is. But it's like everyone's bodies are so different, and I think that is a very important thing to think of and to mention and spread it to the world with this podcast. But how a person's body looks is not an indication of of how good of a like trainer that they are, or how like if you should take advice from them, or if they're a good like dietitian, or if they're a good personal trainer or instructor or whatever. It's like your body's not your business card, So I think that's a huge thing to take into consideration, because we could all eat and exercise the exact same way. And we're all going to look different. And it's so much the same thing with pregnancy. It's like everyone's bodies are different through pregnancy.
I think you look strong as hell. Like when I watch you work, I'm like, holy crap, she's like strong.
Everyone's bodies are gonna look differently. You're gonna gain weight differently, and like it is healthy. It's healthy to gain weight, and everyone is going to. Their bodies are going to feel different. Some people are able to keep working out, and I have been so blessed that I've been able to continue working out through each pregnancy, but some people are not able to do that.
What's some advice that you have for someone that's pregnant that wants to continue to work out? What's like some tips or tricks?
Yes, absolutely. So with working out while pregnant is listen to your body. Like your body, like do not be afraid. Absolutely ask your doctor, like get clearance from your doctor that you're able to, exercise and that kind of thing, that it's safe for you and safe for baby. But And the majority, I would say 90% of people, you're actually better. It's actually better for you and better for the baby, better for delivery, better for your recovery to continue working out. Even if you haven't worked out before, you can still start a workout program with clearance from your doctor. But it is going to be so much more beneficial than for you to not do anything than to not do anything at all.
Yeah, even if it's like maybe going for a walk. Or
Yes,
something
a
like
walk, strength training. I know everyone has. There's a lot of buzzwords out there, but like pelvic floor training, things like that is. That's where a lot of people put that's what they want to focus on. But like one of the best ways that you can strengthen your pelvic floor and your core is through strength training. So, your squats, your deadlifts, like those movements are going to help to strengthen your core and your pelvic floor. So it's not necessarily like workouts that you have to, like certain like core exercises that you need to do while you're pregnant. It's all of the workouts that I've been doing that I've programmed for years. It's all of our workouts are geared towards strengthening your core, pelvic floor in the program. So that is one of the best things about it because it's quick.
Women.
Yeah, it's quick, it's effective, it's 30 minutes and you're getting your core, your pelvic floor strengthening all in one thing. So you don't have to like add something extra in, which we do not want to add anything extra in. Let's get it all done in one swoop.
All right, last question. This is my favorite question to ask everyone. What is your morning routine?
Morning routine. So I feel like this kind of is not for everyone, and it kind of changes based on, like, it's about to change for me in a couple months. but I get up. I do workout first thing. I just learned throughout the years with having kids, if I don't get it done first thing in the morning, like it's probably not going to happen. The day gets away from me. Like I think I might be able to do it in the evening, and then never mind. I get a group text saying, "Hey, you have a baseball game added tonight." So I'm like, "Well, there goes that workout." So get up, get it done early before.
So is that like the first thing you do when you wake up? You wake up, you.
Yep.
Do you drink coffee before?
No, I do not drink coffee before I go to the.
You get up, you go to the gym.
The gym's in my garage, so it's very convenient.
Yeah.
Yes, wake up and I grab I do like face wash, like wake up with some water on my face and grab water, head out to the garage, do my workout, 30 minutes, done.
So whenever you're teaching class, do you do your workout and then you go do the class workout? Or do you do like the workout with the class?
So I do with the morning workouts that I do I record on demand. So it's like I have the group on there that does the Zoom workouts with me. So I'm doing the workout along with them.
The first one?
Yep, at 5:30 a.m. Yes.
Okay.
And so then whenever I'm teaching in person in studio, I'm more so like watching what people are doing and more of an instructing thing.
And that's why you have to get that done in the morning so that you can actually get your workout in.
Yes, I don't do any extra workouts. So I don't. What I'm doing with the Zoom crew and on demand uploading, like those are the workouts that I'm doing. So. I don't have time to go do an extra workout. So I'm doing the strength training that I'm doing is what I'm doing in those workouts as I'm instructing. So I'm following along the same program as what everyone in the online programming is doing. So I'm following along and doing that with them. So it's the workouts are based in a way that you're able to progress. So it's like if you're advanced, you're able to progress, or if you're just starting out day one, I'm able to give those modifications and you're able to progress that there. So all throughout pregnancy, before pregnancy, and postpartum, like those are the workouts that I've done and will be doing, and it's just nice to know that it's just nice to know that you are building your strength, you're building your pelvic floor, you're building all those muscles, your core, you're getting your stretch, your mobility, all in that 30 minutes. But as far as like morning routine goes, starting with that movement, and then also that's like my quiet time. So like before the kids are awake, and it just sets my mind right. I'm able to get breakfast in and, get my coffee all in peace most of the time. Like sometimes I have a kid walk out in underwear and they're like on the video.
Like, hi, Mom.
But yes, but I think that's the best part of it is you keep it real. Sometimes the dog joins it, sometimes the kids join it. But I'm just, I'm a real person. I'm just the same as you. I'm just the same as all the other women out there. So I don't have any special superpowers that help me to get up early and do a workout.
You just
you have your people that help to encourage you, and then you start to encourage yourself, which is really cool. But yeah, so that's my morning. I like to start it that way. Do they all start that way? No. There's sometimes whenever things look a little different, but for the majority, I like to start with that movement, get a head start on my movement for the day, because you never know how the rest of your day is going to go out. So at least if I've given myself that, that couple minutes in the morning for me, whether that be, just that I've had my breakfast, I've had my workout, I've maybe taken the time to do like a devotional or to journal something, write my thoughts down. I've had that time. Now, on the days whenever that doesn't happen, and say you sleep through the alarm or you've been up all night or whatever, and I'm woken up by the kids, somebody peed the bed, and we're like in a rush. We're trying to get to school. We're trying to, it's like I feel like I'm a step behind all day long. Like I didn't have time to pack a lunch. I didn't have time to eat breakfast. I didn't have time to. So
and then you're starving.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, I didn't bring snacks today, and it's like I feel like I'm a step behind. So I do feel like that morning routine is really important, and just like setting your mind right, which you said with like getting up, going to Cedar Lakes, and going for a run or a walk or whatever that be. It's like it sets your mind right. It sets the tone of your day. And it's like if nothing else goes good that day, you've at least done something for yourself before you go and give to everyone else.
Yeah,
and that's one thing that I say about the 5:30. Like, I'm not a morning person, actually. Not a morning person. But having that 5:30 a.m. and getting it done early in the morning, it's not about discipline. It's not about being hardcore. It's like that is the time that I have for me before I like give the rest of the day to everybody else. So.
I love that. Yeah. That's amazing. Do you have anything you want to do a couple plugs for, like how do you join your online classes? How do you join your in-person classes? Let the audience know how they can contact you and get started.
Yes. So my website is jenjfit.com. So on there, you can find all of the information as far as the online workouts. There's a monthly membership or yearly membership where you have access to all of the on-demand workouts and live. And then for the in-person, same thing there. There's class pack options there. And you can join and book your classes all through that website there. So jenjfit.com, and then of course on social media at jen.jfit. So
yeah, and you have the Girls' Day coming up, and then we have Mud Run, and then we'll of course do something on July 4th, I'm sure, with the firecrackers.
Yes,
so.
I've been told that somebody's gonna paint American flag on my belly.
I love that. That's amazing.
See, might give birth at the horrific 4th of July parade. We'll see. Stay tuned.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah, stay tuned. But yes, for the Girls' Day event, registration, that information there is on my Instagram there. So yeah, we love to have you.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Like she said, you can see her on Facebook, Instagram, and check out her website, of course. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye. That's the end of the podcast. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.